Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions, session 23, I think we're up to now for A Pound of Flesh. When we left off, you were aboard the Zero Credibility, except for Ash, who you have not really properly met yet. Ash was still outside the airlock at the screen requesting permission to come aboard the ship. So 14, were you the one, or was it Svalbard who was talking, answering anyway, the call?
It might just be me, but it looks like your connection's fluttering.
Is it really?
Anybody else see it, or is it just me?
I don't see it.
Okay,
did
fair
go
enough.
in and out a little bit, but that's fine.
All right. So
It
14, you have
was
the comms.
It was initially 14, but we had called down the XO or the CO.
Yeah, I still have him up there as Exo Svalbard at the moment. Yeah, he is technically CO, but
Yeah, I mean, it's 14 if you can discover who this person is and make sure they're not a threat.
Indeed. Mr. Ash, I see that you've responded as per requested, but due to the recent terroristic threats and so forth, we just need to see your face.
Ash is fine. I'm here about a proposition. I'm a representative of the Church of Starry Wisdom, and as you may or may not know, we of the Church do not reveal our faces.
I see. Well, then your identity card will be fine. Your identity chip will be fine. He's inserted into the door there.
Okay, inserted. And it should read.
I'm sure it's got some sort of caveat that you don't identify your face and so forth.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, sir. Any weapons on hand?
Nothing that should be a concern.
Very well. And you open the door, and he'll be standing there wearing a uniform, of course, not naked.
okay. So as I recall correctly, you guys have the umbilical connected to the starboard engineering side, the starboard side.
Correct.
So you'll be down there to meet him at the airlock, because he's got to come through the umbilical and all that. So there'll be a basic, simplistic kind of decontamination, not like a massive biothreat decontamination, but the generic one anyway that happens anytime you're going aboard or
Metal detector.
Am I there?
you can be if you wish to be, yes.
I tap Android 14 on the shoulder and say, "Hey, do these guns?" And I flex my biceps count as weapons.
I didn't understand you. You say you want to flex your biceps?
Well, I flex my biceps and I say, "Are these guns weapons?" All right, I'm gonna go back to the pilot seat. Just tell me.
14 just stares at you without emotion.
Wow. Well, that just happened, Mr. Ash. Let me introduce you to the acting CO.
Welcome aboard.
And what was the name of your church again?
The Church of Starry Wisdom.
What is that? I've not heard of it.
You haven't heard of it? Well, we look to the stars. We are interested in exploration and the retrieval of certain artifacts, one of which I'm tasked to retrieve. I think it's the discussion we're about to have is whether your crew and your ship can.
Are you saying you know where we're going?
I do not know where you're going, but I know where I wish to go.
With all these ships locked into these docks over all this time, why us?
Is this an interview?
Well, you're the
Captain Svalbard?
you're the stranger here. So you're stepping onto our ship. So it's an interview. You say you have a proposition. What is it? If it's about money, we're interested.
Well, of course it's about money. I wouldn't bring it to the table otherwise.
But why us? Were you sent here by someone? Does someone know about us and our
Oh,
capabilities?
you are the possibly the most famous ship docked here at the moment, which are aid to the current administration. It's been
So a reputation preceded us.
televised. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Famous is infamous. But continue. What are you proposing? What are the specifics?
I'm proposing that if you provide transport to coordinates on the map that I have possession of, and we retrieve the artifact, you can have a 50% cut in the sale of said artifact.
What is your church's interest in an artifact that they want to sell?
Maybe that was a slip of the tongue. I'm merely an initiate of the church, and this is a task that I have been given to
I see. So they're going to
prove myself.
produce a reward, and you're going to share the
Yes,
reward with us.
exactly. Yes,
Very good.
the rewards, and I'm willing to split this reward, which is, could be quite substantial. It's a
And how much is it?
What do we say? 14 million, I think. 14
15
million credits. 15 million credits. Yes.
I'm not sure this is a 50-50 deal. What do you think, 14? I mean, you need us. We're the ship. We're, as you say, the famous people able to get stuff done. Seems to me that considering our costs, and they are not insubstantial, or our abilities, because I don't know what you can do other than having that map to make this happen. I'd say we'll take 10. You can keep 4.
Well, 5. But I see what you mean.
Look,
How-
five if you're useful. How's that sound?
5 if I'm useful. You'll
In
take
other words,
5.
yeah, you can't just stand around. Like you're not making us do all the work if you're not able to help secure what you need secured, other than giving us a map. But fine. What do you think, 14, 9, or 10, depending on his usefulness on the mission? What do you think?
I'm not sure what you're saying, 9 or 10. The reward was 50 million, correct, Ash?
Oh, 50 million.
15,
Or
1-5.
15. No, 15. So
15 million. Okay.
no, I'm saying we take 10. He can get 5 if he actually does something. How's that? 14. Otherwise, we get 10 if we pull this off, whatever the hell we're doing. And I'm bored on this station. I've had enough of war and revolution. Like, let's go do what we do best, which is track down salvage or relics, whatever.
Mr. Ash, do you have all of your stuff with you, or do you need to go back onto the station?
I have everything I need.
Then let me direct you to the galley. I imagine you have some way of consuming food through that mask.
I have a straw.
Very good. I'll let's take you up to the galley and get you settled, and we will contemplate and discuss your offer.
Very generous of you.
we're going to get Ash up there and then get back with the CO. Now, off the record between us,
Yeah.
how many actual crew members do we have on board anymore? It's 14 who doesn't take a portion because he's part of the ship. He takes a portion, but then he turns it back into the ship. And you've got the CO who actually is part of crew. As Jesse is a hireling. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jesse's a hireling.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anybody left, right?
You can take that call from your Android cousin. That's cool.
Facts.
I don't believe.
What are you saying, 14? It's about their share? Is that what you're talking about?
Right. I think the rest of the people rest of the crew are hirelings. It's just the two of us right now, right?
Look, this money should go towards paying the cost of this ship. That should be the vast majority of the money that we're going to pick up. If people pick up a little bit of extra side cash, 100, 200 grand each, fine. Right?
Yeah,
But
that's what I do every time. I always pay a couple months every time we get a job in. We're well ahead now.
Agreed. Good.
But in the meantime, 50-50 of a mystery item.
It's not 50-50. He already agreed to less. So
Well, I'm just saying, 50-50 of a mystery item plus any damages and replacements and repairs sounds reasonable.
what? No. We're taking 2/3. That's it. For an acolyte of a church, no. Like, yeah. It's not 50-50. Why? Why?
I don't think his position really matters, does it? Does it,
Yeah.
Captain? Because
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to do what we want. Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't object. So let's proceed that way.
All right. Well, I will stand back and let you discuss the finances then.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's already done. I'm just more concerned about what this artifact is. Can 14, do you think on our journey, and I haven't looked at the coordinates yet, but that you can find out more about the church?
I was going to research that here immediately before we left.
Yeah. That's a priority for sure. And I can go up to the galley and get some sort of, I don't know, consomme for our guests to sip through the reusable straw that they have. Yeah.
Sure, you can get some kind of synth paste, NutriPaste.
Yeah. Yummy.
Repurpose,
Right. Heat it up.
repurpose NutriPaste.
Yeah. I heat it up and bring it over to our guest. They've got their own straw, I'm guessing.
Very good.
Quick one, Barry. Ash has some cybernetics already, right?
Yes, just a small.
Yeah, give me a body save.
I suppose it would be considered. This is not going to go well, is it?
I don't know. How bad's your body save?
Well, it's about what you'd expect for a new character. No, that's available.
Give me a D100 roll.
Say 88.
88, huh?
88.
Okay. So as you're sitting in the galley and you're sipping on this heated NutriPaste, you have a burning sensation, a pain in your arms. And these like cybernetic spines grow out of them.
Wait, in front of us while we're having lunch?
Yeah,
Right.
in front of you
So
anyway, CO. You're in
both
there.
arms. So how long are these spines? What do they look like? Say like
I
I
don't
guess
know.
maybe
You describe it. How do you think they should look? How do you want them to look? I'll let you.
I guess we'll say that they're, because it's a small cybernetic implant. We'll say that they're maybe inch-long metallic spines.
Okay, but
But
they
in that
they
case,
completely cover both your arms.
yeah, in that case though, it may not be noticeable as noticeable. It's because does it go down to the hands? Because like
No,
cloak
no.
would kind of cover
Yeah,
it, I guess.
perhaps. Yeah, it'd be uncomfortable as fuck. It'd be weird, but yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I start kind of fidgeting and panic a little bit, I guess. Might be useful
What
for hitting people with hugs.
I guess this is an awkward lunch moment between us.
Yes.
What's
What
happening to you?
what did you
What,
put?
Ash? What are you? Are you stable? What's happening?
What did you put in this food?
I don't
Causing
know.
some sort
I
of
think it's. I
reaction.
think it's not. Yeah. Well, it's beef consomme. So this is about
Um,
you. It's not about the soup.
Svalbard.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. You would remember the incident with 14. 14 also has some shit growing out of his back. Remember his spine
Oh, that's right.
is protruding,
It's some kind of.
and there was talk on the news about some kind of a virus, some kind of a cyber virus. By the way, Barry and John, both your characters are at level 1 of that. If you just write down you have a level 1 infection, that'd be great.
Me?
No, John and Barry, Ash and 14.
Does anybody in this crew have medical expertise? 14 does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's
I'll wait for
that
surgery.
MD's not just for show.
What do we know about the virus?
It affects cybernetics and androids.
Yeah, no, the cure.
It just happened. It just started.
Yeah, it's been like hours, maybe.
Don't suspect we're going to
Uh,
stick around and find out anything more. We should probably get
Well, you
going.
might actually. Didn't you say, CO, you wanted to see the babushka before
yeah,
you
I did.
depart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably good before I know that I have a ship full of infected creatures. That would be good to know. So let's. I'm going to go off to see the babushka.
Okay.
Teen's going to research the church.
So 14 wants to research church. Svalbard wants to go to the chop shop. Anybody else? Anywhere they want to?
Anybody coming with
go
me?
before?
ED will accompany the captain to as protection.
Great. Thank you.
Hamlet, I know, staying on the ship. So.
Besides, Babushka might be able to upgrade. I just want to create a hidden compartment in my right thigh for small arms.
Interesting.
Well,
And when I
she's
say
a
that,
friend.
I lift like the little anime miniskirt I'm wearing.
Yeah.
To kind of show you.
Yeah. Okay. That's great.
Was there a cybernetic modifier or modification like that?
I
No.
don't.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
No, maybe not. We could certainly make one.
No.
We could make one. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're going to the chop shop, Svalbard and ED. What about Damien? You staying on the ship, or you going anywhere? You do anything?
I'm staying on ship.
Yeah, I know Janice wants to stay close to that bridge. What about you, Damien? Chris, that's you.
I've not been here that long, so I'm probably getting the measure of the ship.
Okay, cool.
Falstaff is in engineering. I mean, Hamlet. He's And he's
Oh, yeah.
reciting Falstaffian speeches from the Henry plays, if anybody wants to listen.
14 will stick to the new scientist. Is he a doctor, by the way? Dr. Strachan?
He's not.
I don't know. We'll stick with the scientist. Bounce ideas off of him as he's searching for the church.
Sure.
Show him around. I'm sure he's comfortable.
So, yeah, order has been, for the most part, restored on the station. It's still, a little bit rough in spots, but for the most part, the Tempest Company has kind of squashed any real trouble on the streets. There's heavy patrols still, um, and there's still occasional demonstrations, especially for the Hunglungs and the people of Doptown. They're really trying to push for everybody to be set free and all that. But you get to the chop shop, section 3 on the map. Yeah. And she's open for business again. The babushka has taken off her colossal exosuit that she was wearing before. The last time somebody visited her, I don't know if Svalbard was there or not. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, no, I know her
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's loud squawks on entry. The entrance is cluttered to the ceiling. You see lots of hollow pets, mostly birds. There's a boy basically makes himself known to you as you come in. He greets you, and he'll
Well,
like obviously you're known here, Svalbard, so he'll contact the babushka who will come out and meet you as well.
yeah, we came. I came seeking her when we were looking for Reedmar, right? Who was
That's
in
right.
hiding.
Yeah. You met with him here.
And we've shared some vodka together,
That's
I
right.
believe. Babushka and I.
Those were wild times. It was only a couple of days ago, really, even wasn't it? So.
Right. Time flies.
So yeah, so she greets you, say, yeah, are you you're looking for some kind of work?
Actually, looking to install a terminal jack or a form of the terminal jack, I believe it's called.
Yeah, terminal jack is the one that allows interface with terminals, smart link weapons, and vehicles. You can download
Yeah.
data from
So,
linked systems or upload information from a black box.
yep, that's exactly it. So I can be linked to the zero credibility and Hamlet is one of the reasons why I want to do it.
Sure, it takes one cyber slot.
Yep.
Okay, let me double check here again with this installing. It's the first time we've really gotten to do much of this. So, X number of slots is installed. There's a thing about for every 10 points of.
I have to make some kind of body roll, I think. Yes.
Every 10 points of strength, you can install up to one piece of cyberware. How much strength do you have anyway?
Strength?
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, you get enough to comfortably install up to 3 slots of cybernetics. So, but you're just gonna do the one, yeah, the terminal jack.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I need right now.
She's gonna give you a good discount, a friendly
Nice.
discount. She's gonna do that for you for 500K.
Cool.
Oh, wait, sorry.
I'm in.
Wait, no, sorry, 500 credits. 500 credits.
500.
Yeah, terminal jack's a
Take
cheap
all
one.
the.
It's a cheap one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You will
Okay.
have to make a body save, although I think you get to make so at advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
27. So I made it on the first roll.
All right, good. Cool. So your body doesn't reject it at all. It accepts the installation. Recovery will take about 1 day. For the next 24 hours, essentially, you'll be at disadvantage for all actions during your recovery from the installation.
All right.
But yeah, you have a terminal jack installed. No problem.
All right. So that's
ED72.
I can access to. Wow. Okay, that's very useful to me for sure.
ED72. You wanted to get some kind of a thing on your leg, yeah, for a pistol.
Yeah, essentially, where the like a hidden compartment where the leg can like open up
What kind of weapon
and
is it going to be sized for?
probably a pistol. I don't want something bulky to make, so it fits Edie's slender form. So
Want to go?
I figure
Isn't the
small.
revolver? Revolvers are pretty hefty, aren't they?
I think they can be. Yeah.
Revolver does 3d10 damage and knockdown on crits. Compared to, is there just a regular pistol? Not really, is there? Yeah, revolver's the one I think. Cool. Yeah, revolver would make sense. All right, so I'm gonna say that's comparable to a what was it called? The retractable nano blade, which is the 9-inch blade that you can retract from prosthetic from your arm. So it'd be a similar type thing, a little bit different, so a little more specialized. And obviously the pistol's pretty good size too. Yeah, she could do that. That'll cost. It's gonna take 1 slot. I presume you have plenty of strength. Yeah, you have
Yeah,
more than
31.
yeah. So take 1 slot, and it'll cost you 200,000 credits.
Ooh, that is a little beyond me. 200,000. So yeah, well, at least now I know what it costs.
Oh, listen, I'll pay for it. I don't care. I got a lot. I've got like, I don't know, 8.5 million credits personally. So
Okay,
I'm happy to
throw
pay.
down
I'm happy to
200,000.
pay for it. Yeah, man. No
All right,
problem.
give me a body save at advantage. Edie.
Okay. With advantage, got a 15. That's a success.
Good. Okay, so you have no problem with the change to your physiology. It's not rejected by any of your, your processes, any of your programming. So also take you about 1 day to fully, get used to the, different weight and everything. But yeah, there you go. You have a we call it a hidden revolver compartment basically in your thigh,
Cool.
RoboCop style.
I instinctually
Thigh or hip,
from
whatever you want, hip or thigh, whatever.
with
So I guess
residual I guess programming, I put my arm around in between Svalbard's kind of like in his nook, and then peck him
What?
on the cheek and say thanks.
no.
Polite.
Yeah, no, thanks. Anyways, we work together. You should keep that. Are we sitting in there next to each other? Is it like getting your? It's like in a nail shop where we're like sitting there and
Let me
somebody's
go check
working on us
let
and
me go
we're
check the map
talking,
real
having
quick.
a drink.
Let's see here. That's there's the recovery room, operating theaters. No, they actually have independent operating theaters. But yeah, you'd be in the same recovery room. So yeah, you'd be in the recovery room together
Yeah,
afterwards. Hmm.
yeah. I know, Edie. I know old habits die hard, but it's all good. So enjoy your hidden weapon location. I hope it's useful for all of us.
Well, I'll be able to sneak it in to most locations, and I won't have to carry around this bulky submachine gun anymore.
That's great. What are you looking for? Like a pistol or something?
Uh, oh, the revolver sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
With Kennedy slugs, it's a -5 to armor saves. I can
Let's
probably.
do it. Do you own one? Do
I
you need
I
one?
I do not.
Okay, we're gonna buy one. I don't know if I can just get on my phone and like order one up or have the babushka maybe like help us get one while we're having the work done. But I'm
It's easy enough to
super
get one,
happy to
yeah.
buy that weapon. Yeah.
750 credits. I mean, you've got ties now
I
to
got,
the Goya Novil Bratva
yeah.
and the Teamsters.
Oh yeah, don't I have a level 5 mercenary operator patch that I
Yeah,
wear now?
exactly.
So so we just order that up on the version of
750 credits.
It's like Uber Eats for weapons. We just kind of order it up and have it come in. Anyways, 750, and then the ammo. How much ammo do you need, Edie?
It's 50 credits a clip.
Yeah, so we'll buy like 10 clips.
Jeez. All right.
Works for me.
Nice.
Okay, got it. So how much was that together? 500 plus 750. Okay, 1250. Got it. Okay, that's it. Hey man, ED is practically the only shooting muscle we have. So it's like whatever weapons or suits or whatever you need, it's like, yeah, we're gonna buy it. Don't worry about it.
Murder
She
sex bots log. Had a nice date
yeah
with the captain today. Bought me lots of nice things.
yeah she's eyeing that
Yeah, we went
retractable
shopping.
nano blade.
We went shopping. It was a shopping day. It was awesome. We got things installed in our bodies. We bought guns. We
Yeah,
bought ammo.
it's like,
It's fucking great. Yeah.
kids today go to the tattoo shop. They went to the cybermod shop, the
Oh,
chop
no.
shop. Hey, let's go get modded.
Yeah, that's right. That's a great montage scene in a film. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
right.
pretty cool. Yeah, and then you go back to the ship for your recovery, or do you go out on the town?
Yeah, we thank Babushka. I slip her 1,000 credit tip, by the way.
Cool.
Because
She thanks you.
good to be friends. Good to be friends with Babushka.
Yeah, she thanks you.
Yeah, and we take it, and she brings out the vodka, and we slam a shot, and it's
Sure.
like, Nostrovia, and the whole thing, and then we're off.
Okay. Give me a body save at advantage, please. Oh no, not advantage, just a body save, Svalbard. Not advantage.
Yeah. That's 32 body. No. And a 19. Ooh, lucky. Made it.
Okay.
What was that for? The booze?
Nothing, no. You go back to the ship, and you want to wait for the full day for your full recovery before leaving, or do you want to set out as soon as possible?
Well, can we discover the coordinate? How far it is from where we are to the coordinates?
Yeah, it's
Can
going to be.
14 inform us?
He was working all that while you were gone doing all your stuff
Yep.
with the new scientist.
It's only about a
And
jump 2 away. So 2-day
and
jump.
with the pilot. I give the coordinates to the pilot. He will talk with Ash and the scientist, Damien. He's gonna have a Damien document the growth of the spines on his back, like accurately measure them and check the color and the temperature and all that, so that we can look at it again in the future to see if they've changed at all.
Okay. Sure. You assist him with that, Damien, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's just got like it's like some kind of a cybernetically modified spine in a way. I mean, it seems to be strengthened even to some extent, so it's a lot less likely to suffer from like a broken neck or something. But yeah.
Fair enough.
But it doesn't seem to serve any other purpose. Like there's no wiring. It doesn't seem to be linking into any of his nervous system or anything of that sort. It's just like, think of it as
Exoskeleton.
yeah. It's like an alloy enforced spine.
So Dr. Damien, let me tell you my theory. I'm thinking that all of this happened immediately after the autopsy of the two individuals who used to run the station. There were some clandestine cybernetics involved, and then there was this outbreak. So I think they're directly related, which is curious because I suspect that where we're going to, they have more of the same. So if you want to put your scientific mind to it, that's what I would task you with at this point. Up with some sort of hypothesis.
It sounds a reasonable conclusion. It's certainly something I'd be interested in.
I can't think of anything else that would establish that. if the Android Liberation Front was still active, I could see them maybe setting up a virus, but the virus would affect biologicals, not androids. Either way. All right, so he will check on Ash and Janice, and also with our engineering droid. Make sure everybody's on task.
Okay.
And then he will also go through his list to see if there's anybody else, any notable hires looking to leave the station anytime real soon. A way that really stands out as we couldn't leave them behind kind of a thing. Mercenary types, scientists or specialists with archaeology, that kind of shit.
Yeah, if you want, let me double check here. Mercenaries.
I mean, he wouldn't pass up on a doctor. He wouldn't pass up on an engineer. A non-mechanical engineer. A structural type. Anybody that has some real quality that's looking to get off could be of use.
All right. Roll a d20
Don't even
for
have
me.
any shoot.
Roll a
Don't
d20
have any
for me.
shooting types either. So
Roll a
Goodbye.
d20 for me.
Rolling it. 19.
19.
Huh?
There's a void urchin.
A void urchin.
Yep, basically just like a space rat. Some fucking homeless kid lost his parents. He's got rim wise, rim smarts, and he knows a bit about mysticism. He's got no equipment. He only requires a 40 credit advance. His salary is only 100 credits.
How many spaces would we have left for humans to go cold sleep?
Well, let's see. Who needs cold sleep? Ash, Svalbard, Janice, and Damien. So 4. You technically have 8.
We have
Although,
8 total.
yeah,
total,
8.
right?
8 total. Yep.
All right, so we could take on 4 more.
No. You have up to 8 more. 8 more. You have 12 total.
Oh, okay, 12. Okay, good, good. 1, 4. All right. Anybody else? Is that the only person?
Roll another d20.
Stand by. 17.
A Sofentologist.
Wow.
Sofentologist has a Sofentology skill, obviously. An examination loadout. They require a 500 credit advance and a 1,750 credit monthly salary. Roll another d20.
Stand by. 6.
Oh, look at that. There's a doctor. Requires 2,000 credits in advance, 6,000 credit salary. Yep, first aid, pathology, examination. Medical doctor. And roll one more d20.
Stand by. 5.
A courier.
Courier.
Yeah, rimwise and 0 Gs. Requires 75 credit advance, 250 credits salary. But I don't know, what do you want a courier for? Yep, that's it.
Can I put a call into Cutter to the mercenaries since I have this level 5 patch to hire some muscle? Because 14, that's what we want, right? That's what you're looking for.
No, actually, 14 was not looking for any muscle, but I believe you noted you wanted some muscle. He wanted some.
I want some. I want guns. I want guns for sure.
Okay.
Not many.
Guns.
So You found those 4 mercenaries that I mentioned, that are available right now, ready to go. Was it the
Okay.
Urchin, the Doctor, the Sofentologist, sorry, and the Courier. However, you also, if you want to hire muscle from Tempest Company, let's see here. Yeah. What do you want? Recruits, probies, operators? You're at operator level yourself.
What's the difference between those
Depends on
levels?
how many you want to hire. If you're going to have 5 troopers, like, yeah, 5 troopers makes a fire team. If you're going to have 2 fire teams, you're going to need to get a squad leader, etc. But let's see here. What do you mean? What's the difference? So this is like experience level, right? Recruits, they just have to basically do one job and boom, they're part of Tempest Company. They come with stun batons. Yeah, they're cheap as shit. Probies then are assigned to a fire team, which usually has a squad leader and a CEO. Okay. They cost 150 credit advance, 600 credits a month. They come with an SMG. Then operators are full-fledged members of the company. They come with a pulse rifle. They have required advance of 300 credits. And their rank is anywhere from 2 to 5,000 credits a month, depending on their rank.
Can we
And
just
then the
hire them
squad
individually?
leader,
Those
squad leader then comes with combat shotgun, requires an advance of 750 credits. I'm going to assume then that I'm just going to say that their salary then becomes, 7,500 credits.
So can we hire smaller amounts of them, like probies by the individual combatant? Can we do that, or
Yeah, you could do that. Technically, you're an
so
operator
14?
yourself.
14. I want, like, if we can get 3 probies, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
In the pulse rifle, just 3.
No. The
Like
pulse
just
rifle is the operators. You want 3 operators.
or 3 3 operators.
You
Just
want like
let's grab
3 lowest level operators, rank 2.
Yeah. What do you think, 14?
I think you should hire the most experienced and useful combat types that you can get, because the last ones we had were
Yeah,
expensive and
useless.
fairly useless.
And what those top guys who have the submachine guns? What are they called?
You mean so
Squad
okay.
leaders.
The lowest level are the stun batons, next level up are the SMGs, next level up are the pulse rifles, and then next level up are the combat shotguns.
What do you think, 14?
I think you should.
That's
You
recruit,
just
probie,
dumped
operator,
several
leader.
100,000 on a modification, so I think that if you want hired guns, you should get the best you can. So if you want 3, then you get 3 of the combat shotguns.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so that's going to be 2,250 credits in advance for the 3 of them. And they're going to require 7,500 credits a month apiece.
Sure.
Okay.
Great. Can you take that out of the ship's holdings, 14?
Of course, I handle all the finances.
Got it. Thanks. Okay, let's get them on board.
All right.
By the way, are we down a gunner?
I don't have a gunner.
We need one.
Oh yeah, you don't have anybody who can fire the gun, do you?
No. So that is critical. And if the mercenary company can help us with that, that would be helpful. Right?
You know what? Why don't we check with big combat ship?
Oh, yeah, with Reedmar's pal.
See if pull a favor from Reedmar and see if he can score us one of his gunners.
Yeah. I sent a message to Reedmar about our needs, right? We're headed out on this mission and looking for a gunner. Can we talk to the captain of his ship and see if they might spare someone that we can pay?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me find, where the fuck is the, okay, mercenaries, here you go. Yeah, he can give you a good gunner. It'll be like the gunner in the book here, basically, but I'll give him, actually, that's pretty good. How's it compare to this guy? Yeah,
All right.
I'll give him a +10 to combat.
Okay, perfect. Well, we're going to take that guy. How much? Just for 14 to do that. He's got his calculator out, so
So his advance is 1,000 and his salary is 3,000.
got it.
Fine.
Deal. Okay, we're going to bring them on board.
Somebody want to take note of these mercenaries for now? I just don't have a pencil
I
on
have
hand.
I wrote them all down.
Okay, so you got
Yep.
three Tempest Company squad leaders and one courier, or sorry, one gunner, apologies, with a +10 to his +10 to his combat.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So I would like to see the doctor and the Sofentologist.
For interviews?
Yes. Now, as far as the courier goes, we'll send a note to the courier. Would he be interested in taking a position as an able body, filling in anywhere on the ship as needed until courier job comes up?
Let's see, what does that generally pay? What are you talking about paying him as?
You get paid. You get paid whatever he gets paid. How much?
Couriers don't get paid very much. I assume that's because they don't do very much. Then again, miners don't get paid very much either. Now I'm looking at it. Yeah, miners would get about double his pay. So cool. So you'll pay him like a miner rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might consider that. Okay.
He's got an hour to consider it and then be on the ship.
And then you want to meet with the doctor and the Sofentologist, yeah?
Correct.
All right, cool. Let's take a bio break then.
Very good.
Okay, thanks.
Sounds good.
Okay, now as
I
far as
wasn't expecting you to go on this mercenary hiring spree.
yeah, right.
Well, we've been caught lacking, right, in terms of our, let's say, people who are competent with guns. So
Yeah.
it comes from experience.
Now, Jesse's character is a pilot with archaeology and some rimwise, right? Basically, he was a asteroid miner pirate type, correct? Right, Jesse?
Well, it's geology and planetology.
Right.
Good. Yeah.
No,
And
I
then
don't
the
have
new.
archaeology.
Okay. All right. So I meant to say asteroid mining kind of stuff.
Sure, yeah. I got 0G and stuff, yeah.
All right.
He's like a space
I
Indiana
think we're
Jones.
pretty much well set with all this.
Sofentology, if I recall correctly, is like study of alien life, isn't it?
Alien languages, cultures, and life forms.
Psychology.
Yeah. The whole thing. Understanding everything about
It's an
aliens.
interesting choice for them to put that in the mercenary list when it's a universe where alien life and intelligence doesn't seem to really exist, right? At least as the general acceptance.
Yeah, it's we have people today that are paid by NASA to be that. It's all conceptual.
Fair enough. This is an interesting stable of backup characters.
Well, at least we're living through most of it. I hope.
just gonna pass on the Void Urchin, huh?
I mean, I'm not passing on anything. I'm just staying in the ship until we're ready to go because this place seems like a fucking nut place.
Yeah, that's true. The 14. It's the only he hired the courier, but he wasn't interested in the Void Urchin.
I
I'm not coming up with any images or anything for these. I'll come up with names for them for sure for the mercenaries, but I'm not going to do character portraits or anything. It's just too much. Come to think of it, it'd be a pretty sizable crew. You'll end up with 11 humans and 2 androids and a robot. You'll be fully decked out for the first time. Nearly. You'll have one open space, one open cryo bed.
Hey,
Because you decided to just pass on the Void Urchin for some reason.
Well, if Edie is aware of the Void Urchin, she'll give 14 some doe eyes and say, "Can we keep him?"
14
She
will
she has a
look at
soft. She's got a soft spot for the downtrodden.
14 will take this opportunity to look ED in the eyes and said, "Look, it's like this, and he will give her the blank stare. You need to work on this.
She cocks her head to the right a little bit, like this.
No, you're terrible at this."
Poor Edie.
Are
As
we
I
taking
it
this
was her.
urchin?
Go ahead.
Say again?
I said, are we taking the urchin?
No,
I mean,
this
are they a child?
Yeah.
that's a child.
Like a teenager.
Well, we might be missing a trick there then. Because if they're young, they're quite malleable.
Mmm.
I'm going to make a
Like
coffee.
tender.
Before we actually start again, I'm going to make a coffee.
I'm just thinking we could take them on, teach them useful things, and then have them fill in where we need them to.
I like
It's
it.
not like the doctor or the Sofentologist where they've come in and they've already got stuff. It's like we can teach this.
Mechanically speaking, I believe the way that it works out that NPCs are at like 10% experience. So like
It depends on the skill, but yeah, like the Void Urchin, for example, if you look in the book, has a very high starting instinct, right? So like good saving throws and stuff like that. But and they just have the skill mysticism and rim smarts or rim wise.
I mean, 14's just looking out for the ship. If you feel that you want a mascot, you want a helper, then by all means. But mechanically speaking, this person's not really going to get any better. If you think that they can be of use, they're not very expensive. You know, if everybody has a vote, even the people that aren't part of the crew, if you think you need some help, then by all means, that's why I was bringing the courier on board to go between to do exactly what you just said. But I was just taking somebody that already had a little bit of a proven career. The pilot needs meals and help with the watch, and then the engineer could use a hand and need someone to go down there and check on the plants and do the rounds on the ship, the whole thing. That's what that courier would do. Be the able-bodied crewman.
No, it makes
You want to
sense.
bring the Urchin.
I think 14 just doesn't like children.
He doesn't like anything that's alive, does he? He's not fond of humans.
He feels that human crew is essential and useful.
Well,
If you want the Urchin, then we can bring him on.
out of
Again,
character.
it's kind of like a pet.
I do
mean,
think it's a good idea to have someone to kind of, I don't know, learn the ropes. I think that's a good idea, frankly. I
I mean,
understand.
mechanically, yeah, mechanically, you're correct. We're not actually going to gain a lot by them being there, and they're not going to gain a lot from us. But thematically, they could be a very good backup
Sure.
because they don't come with anything. Like if they spend time doing this, that, and the other, they could pick up the skills.
Sure. I would genuinely offer that it would be one of those situations where if you bring somebody on that has no proven responsibility, you therefore must take responsibility for that person. So if you want to bring this Urchin on as like a ship trainee, somebody has to be the trainer, and it's not like whoever happens to be on watch. It needs to be somebody specifically that will be held accountable for their whereabouts and their job description day to day.
Hamlet says, I agree with 14, sitting there, and says, I'm reminded in The Tempest, Prospero threatening Caliban says, urchins shall for that vast of night that they may work, all exercise on thee. You're right, 14. The responsibility is to the person who brings them on board.
Indeed.
I love that
I
character.
believe that the only thing I could say to that was, "Oh, is the ship that is governed by a child."
I think Shakespeare is trying to say that those who engage the urchin are responsible.
Indeed. So who among you will take responsibility for this Urchin if we bring him on?
I think you're muted, Ian.
Sounds like a job for 14 to me. We're back on now. We're back on now, lads, by the way.
Yeah.
So we were discussing whether or not you'll take this Urchin aboard as well. Let me just write this down. You got 3 squad leaders.
I have it written down. We got 3 squad leaders with combat
Yeah,
shotgun.
I got a pencil as well. I just wanted to write it down myself.
1 gunner with +10 to combat rolls.
Yeah, normally it's 30, I think, so I'm giving them a 40.
Then we have the courier who has agreed to a double pay to become the ship's able-bodied crewman.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk to the doctor
And
and the
Sofentologist.
Sofentologist. And possibly the Void Urchin.
Yeah, sure.
We're still
Have him stop
discussing.
by. Tell him to
All
grab all his shit and meet us at the ship and be prepared to leave.
So a gunner has 2 hits.
While you're figuring that out amongst the rest of the crew, we have 1 pilot. Is there anybody else that has pilot skill as a backup? Any other Teamsters?
Nope.
No, we don't, do we? Okay. I don't think 13's got pilot. Hold on a second. Let me see.
And I'm going to point out, I also have vehicle specialization.
Yeah, you
Ash
do.
has
Yeah, a 13 does not have any kind of piloting.
Maybe
Okay.
our Void Urchin should learn the ins and outs of the ship and maybe become a secondary pilot.
Ash has piloted.
Maybe we should reconsider when we're bringing somebody on that should be pushing a mop, that they should not be pushing the controls of the ship.
Yes, agreed.
This is the person that's going to clean up your bunk area, not drive the ship.
Well, they have to learn something.
Exactly. They have to learn how to clean the ship first, and once they can follow simple orders, and we move them up. We have we're looking at a backup for the doctor. We're looking at the Sofentologist, so that we could hopefully in the future investigate alien artifacts and life forms and so forth like that. Maybe expand our options other than being shot at or shooting. We've got some combat types to cover our butts. And we have an able body on board. Oh, you know what? We'll make the Urchin directly responsible underneath the courier. Make it the able body and the able body apprentice. Make him responsible for them.
That's kind of clever.
Okay. Good idea, 14.
Yeah, that works for me.
That way the 2 of them can work together, get stuff done, room to room and all that.
I'm almost done rolling up all of these fucking mercenaries.
No worries.
Still have to generate names for them. I'll get to that in a minute. Wow, Sofentologist doesn't have much, does he? Yeah, okay. And a Void Urchin has...
So, Dr.
hits.
Damien, what are your long-term plans? We're getting you off the station and getting you away from all this drama. You looking to stay on board a ship and cruise around, or are you looking to be dropped off somewhere at some point?
I'm happy to go wherever, so long as I can tinker with things and investigate, ancient civilizations. That really floats my boat.
Very good. This is the
Everybody,
paperwork.
everybody do me a favor and roll a percentile die, and I'll call you out for your results here in a minute. Barry, what did
22.
you roll? Barry?
62.
62. So, one of the mercenary squad leaders' name is Ivanov. What did you get, Mark?
Sorry, what?
What'd you
For
roll?
which role?
A D100.
D100. That's 43.
43. The second mercenary's name is Enzo. John, would you roll?
70.
70.
Huh?
The third mercenary's name is Eliwen. So that's sounds like a girl to me. Sounds like a female. So we got Eliwen.
Email it is.
The gunner, you said you rolled a 22, Jesse?
Yep.
Gunner is also female. Name is Aiko.
Eco.
Matt, what'd you roll?
98.
So the courier's name is McCabe. Chris, what'd you roll?
85.
85, and I'll just roll the last one here. So you rolled an 85. So the doctor is also female. Her name is Eleanor. The Sofentologist, his name is Cheng. And the Void Urchin's name is... we've had that name before. Let me go to a different one. We'll go with this one, Vasiliev. Probably has a history with the Droogs. All right.
What was the Sofentologist name again?
Cheng.
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 And the females were Aliwin, Eiko, and Eleanor.
Yes, Eliwen is one of the mercenaries. Aiko is the gunner, and Eleanor is the doctor.
Fair enough.
So, meeting with the doctor and the Sofentologist individually or simultaneously?
Well, individually, if that's an option.
Okay, we'll go with the doctor first, Dr. Eleanor. She's a young doctor. She doesn't look like much of a combat monster or anything of that sort. She looks pretty squishy. It's not one that you'd be looking for in a fight. But she is a pathologist, and what other skills does she have? First aid, pathology, something else, I think maybe. But yeah.
Doctor, we have a double-sized medical facility. You'd be sharing it with myself. I understand you want to get off the station. And what's the motivation for leaving the station?
She says, "Well, I want to get out there. I think joining a crew is the best opportunity for me to get some experience, plying my trade, and at the same time, getting out. Prospero's Dream is not really the kind of place I really want to set down roots, if you know what I mean."
Completely do. Take a look at the medical facility.
Also,
and,
your ship has reputation. You had a pretty well-known doctor here, I believe, at one point in time.
correct. Was unfortunate.
Of course, I'm talking about Dr. Bogdan Velki. No, just kidding.
Wow.
Nah, I jest.
You are not hired. I'll take a look at the medical facility. Is it
Yeah. Oh,
harness
yeah.
level?
Let me pull that back up again. The power deck. Oops, the deck plan.
It is twice the size.
Yeah, it's a
What
nice,
required.
huge med bay. Fantastic.
Have all of your stuff? Are you ready to go if we were to leave right now?
Yeah, I have everything aboard within the hour.
Here's your paperwork. Start filling it out. I have to go meet with another individual. Just call
Excellent.
me on the comms if you need anything.
Cool. I presume you showed her where the galley is and the berths and all that. So.
Oh, I left her in the medical bay in particular, so she
Yeah.
would
Okay.
understand her position.
All right. Fair enough.
He'll go meet up with the Sofentologist.
All right. So the Sofentologist, Mr. Cheng, Dr. Cheng, I suppose. Also a relatively young man, maybe in his 30s or so, young for a scientist. Kind of a nervous type. Actually looks like he'd be even less useful in a fight than Dr. Eleanor.
Does he have the symbol of the church on his forehead?
Your church, the
Hmm?
Sol Invictus, he does not.
Dr. Chang, are you familiar with the Church of the Starry Wisdom?
Church of the Starry Wisdom. I don't know. Barry, what do we know about the Church of the Starry Wisdom?
I would say not a lot. It's probably
It's very esoteric, very
cleric, and yeah,
okay.
probably not a lot of information there.
Nothing really. It's the first time I've heard of it. Sounds like something
So
sounds like something from a Holovid.
indeed, would you say
One
that
of
the
those cosmic horror stories or something.
we have run afoul of several different aliens, and none of them were very communicative. Do you have any experience with actual communication with aliens?
No, everything I've done so far has been theory work, but I was meaning to ask you. I'd heard the stories about Epsilon 14. Was it true? You did encounter an alien life form there?
Everything that you heard and more.
Oh, well, well, I'm your man. I really want the job. The fact that you've actually encountered alien life when, well, officially there is
Let me
no
be
information on it being on it existing in the universe at the moment. So
to be perfectly candid with you, Dr. Chang. The Sofentology is more of a esoteric luxury. Do you be willing to take up other intellectual pursuits as we needed them on the ship,
I'm a
scientific
scientist.
and medical? Very good. Good.
I don't know what you said be in the med bay, but I might be able to learn a few things.
Okay, as long as you're willing to apply yourself and it's not just the alien aspect. Here's your paperwork. Can you be ready to leave within the hour?
Yes, certainly.
All right. Fill out your paperwork and let me know if you need anything else.
Very good. He will do so. And the Void Urchin, did you decide to hire him or no?
I'm going to meet with the Void Urchin and walk him to the hydroponics area.
So yeah, his name's Vasiliev. He's probably mid-teens, that 15, 16 age range.
Okay.
He's been living pretty rough here in Prosper's Dream for a while, doing small-time street work for the Droogs. After the riots and everything that went down, he's decided it's just best for him probably to get off the station, unless he wants to, stay here and just keep fighting the same fights over and over again. He's decided he wants to see what life's like out amongst the stars.
Very good.
I don't eat much. I
Well
don't need
set.
much money.
We can offer you training and experience. We won't charge you for your air.
I'm used to that.
And this was a pet project of mine, and he walks him through the hydroponics area. Any experience with plants?
No, none.
Well, you're going to get plenty. You're going to be willing to do anything that we ask you to do that's legal, of course, correct?
Legal or otherwise.
There will be none of that hanky panky stuff here. Just work. We're just looking to put you to work and give you some experience.
All right.
Ready to go? Do you need to get anything off the station?
I don't have anything to get.
Do you require someone to go over your contract with you, or are you able to read and write?
When can I get one of those fancy jumpsuits?
As soon as you're done filling out the paperwork, need someone to help you with it?
No, actually. He says I can handle that.
Okay, we'll fill out your paperwork here, and I will be back to check on you. He's going to note his size, and I'll bring you a jumpsuit.
Give me Give me an intellect roll.
33,
Rimwise, you
well
can add
under.
rimwise to it if you have it. Did you roll 33
Yeah,
on a critical success?
oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yes, 33.
You notice as he's filling out the paperwork, I assume it's on like an electronic data pad or something, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
He goes through it super quick. You feel just from your experiences with human psychology and physiology and everything else, the boy is very intelligent.
Good. Maybe it was fortuitous that they convinced me to hire him.
Hmm.
And the courier?
McCabe, the courier, yeah, he's Christ, what would he be doing on Prosper's Dream?
Courier work, maybe?
I guess, yeah. I was trying to think what the fuck a courier does in space. I mean, just run messages from station to station or something. But
We'll probably
that,
secure messages.
that'd be yeah, maybe that'd be just a weird job for it seems to me for a mercenary. But
I guess if you were like wanting to carry information that wouldn't be electronic, memorize this information and carry it to this one person alone who are tasked with this, that sort of thing.
that's what it is. Here we go. Yeah, he worked for Angus at the Canyon Heavy Market, or at least he did. But Angus told him that you guys might be going out to CLOUDBANK Synthetic Production Facility, and he is really always been kind of interested in the getting more data for Angus out of there because he knows especially now if he's working as an independent mercenary, he can get a nice bounty. And also he's heard that CloudBank is chock full of valuable artifacts, any one of which could make a single man wealthy for the rest of his life.
I'm going to walk him through the width and breadth of the ship to each section and let him know that hiring on as an able-bodied crewman, he's going to be responsible for all of the secondary aspects of the ship, making sure the areas are clean, well kept, maintained, and offer assistance to any ongoing projects, whether they be
Swab the deck it is.
and more. And more. There'll be scientific, there'll be medical, there'll be mechanical issues. Maybe even a few opportunities for adventure.
He seems pretty eager for it.
We're also bringing on an apprentice, and he'll be working directly for you. So you'll be getting some leadership as well.
You gonna introduce him to Vasiliev? Yeah,
Indeed.
and they seem to hit it off pretty well, actually.
Have him fill out his paperwork as well, and then I'll go back up and check on the others.
In fact, as fortune would have it, they even know each other.
Good.
Both having had affiliation with the Golyanovi Bratva.
Very good. He'll introduce him to the pilot, to the scientist, the new doctor, to the mechanical engineer, and then the actual ship's acting CEO.
So
Then
these
he's going to follow back up with
these are
Ash.
squad leaders. They're probably captains, right?
They would be sergeants, I would imagine.
Sergeants or squad leaders? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Sergeants Ivanov, Enzo, and Eliwin. The gunner, what do you think would be like a lieutenant?
No.
No, I don't fucking know. What's under a
I just wrote
sergeant?
down gunner.
Gunner.
If they have a specialized thing like gunner.
Oh yeah, or like a
something
chief, yeah, like a gunnery chief.
I just
Before.
call him gunner.
Gunner, fair enough. McCabe is just McCabe. Dr. Eleanor, which is interesting because her first name is Ezra. It's Ezra Eleanor.
Nice.
And then there's also Dr. Chang. And then just Vasiliev, yeah. No title.
He'll stop by the acting CO and say, here's the With the crew complement, sir, we filled all the cold bays.
Good. More bodies, the better.
This will give you a total crew complement of 15 if you include Hamlet.
Oh, but how many humans? Enough that we
12
have
humans.
supplies.
12 humans. Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds like it's time to proceed, 14.
Pilot Etheridge, prepare for liftoff.
Let's go. I've had enough of this place.
I'm,
Mr. Ash, are you ready to leave?
I'm ahead of you. Not
Ready
fire.
when you are.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Disengage.
You're given the clearance from the station to depart, and you pull away from Prospero's dream, giving it one last look.
Wait. What? Last?
I don't know. Maybe you'll come back here. Maybe you won't. You never know. And like I said, it's a jump 2 to CLOUDBANK. CLOUDBANK, was it production?
CLOUDBANK Synthetic Production Facility.
That's the one. CLOUDBANK Synthetic Production Facility. I keep tripping on that.
Good old CSPF.
CLOUDBANK. It's also often just referred to as the Deep.
The deep.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because it's a big, massive facility. Multiple floors, multiple levels of like industrial scale type. Not necessarily office scale.
Sounds like our thing.
All right, so I will set everybody up for cold sleep.
Okay. Now, as you get everybody set up for cold sleep, you know that there is a blockade around the facility. So I assume you want to wake everybody up a decent distance away. Give yourself a couple hours to approach or something. Yeah, that's fair. Your treasure map, Ash, the artifact, which, like I said, has a value of 15 million credits on the market, is on floor 4 in the human emulation labs. It's what's the word? It's just basically shortened down as HEL, hell.
Cool.
That doesn't bode well.
Not to worry, Captain. That L is just a reference to some Nordic god, I believe.
Okay.
Android 14, do you share the information you've gleaned from your interviews with the rest of us?
Anything that's pertinent.
I assume you'd have
Somebody,
a personnel files, right? At least for the commanding
of
officer.
course, anything that would be pertinent or a noteworthy, he would have put into the files.
All right. Well, I would during cold sleep then, while I'm just kind of staring at the hydroponic labs. At one point, I would find you and warn you about the courier. If he works for Angus, he may have ulterior motives. That's all. Or he used to work for Angus, excuse me. We may not be able to trust him.
I don't actually trust any humanoids, to be truthful. Thank you. Have a good sleep.
I'll go back to the hydroponic lab.
Once you said he worked for Angus, he figured he wouldn't be coming back. Use them till they're done. Throw them away. All right, so he's going to go. He's going to let the ship's running properly. We'll bring Hamlet up the cryo area along with the ED-72. ED-72, are you up for Never mind. Anyway,
Mhm.
it's going to show the two of them process for putting them into cold sleep, proper order they should be awakened, and how to go through the emergency procedures in case he can't get to the cryo sleep and something happens. Ship first, captain second, and the crew third.
So Ash is in cryo sleep. Newt is in cryo sleep. Etheridge is in cryo sleep. And Damien is in cryo sleep. Yeah.
Edie will ask, what happens if you do not properly bring a humanoid biological creature out of cryosleep properly?
We replace them as soon as we're able to.
Ah, so they have to, they become defective?
If they're not in cryo sleep during the jump, go insane and try to kill themselves and everyone else around them. If they don't come out of cryo sleep, that's commonly referred to as death.
That's good to know.
Notice that when I say death, I look like this. Practice this. That dead look. Here.
She cocks her head to the left this time and
Oh,
says, good to know.
He corrects her head. He actually turns it straight.
It snaps back to the left.
Hamlet, do you have the procedure down?
Hamlet?
Oh, yes, understood.
Very good. So you can go back to engineering and D, if you will just walk the decks and make sure there's nothing out of place.
I admit, though, the talk about the mortality of those on board from ED I find disturbing. I must note.
I think it has to do with that unit's curiosity. It was built to entertain individuals, remember? So they
I
are
thought it was
privileged to sort of.
I understand from my examination of the records, this character is an assassin, useful to the ship, not against its human crew members. But I understand, and everything is noted. I will return to engineering.
Very well then.
Excellent. 2 days
King will
later.
slip down out of his uniform. Yeah.
2 days later, and a few fuel cells later, you come out of the jump, come out of the warp, and begin the thawing process as you know, as is standard procedure for those in cryo sleep.
We'll put. He's going to leave Hamlet down in engineering since we already have somebody. We have somebody available to be in engineering. That would be good in case something happens.
Yeah.
And he will have ED on hand and have go through the procedures, and he will observe and correct as needed. First, we wake up doctor, then we wake up the captain.
Oh, okay. So you wake up
the
Dr. Eleanor.
We wake up the doctor first in case there's any medical issues. The doctor can deal with it.
Did you bring her preferred beverage?
He did not write down her preferred beverage, so she's going to have to accept coffee or water.
Well, that's all she wants is black coffee.
Coffee it is. Had it ready for you as requested. Gives ED a wink.
She immediately two hands it and takes too big of a drink and burns the shit out of her mouth. Oh, yes, perfect. I still hate cryo sleep.
Indeed.
Doesn't feel like doesn't feel at all like it's been 2 days. It feels like it's been less than 2 hours.
It has been 2 years, doctor.
Never get a good rest in there. You say it's been 2 years?
It's been 2 years, doctor. And he looks at ED with that solid look and he gives her the eyes like this.
She said, what?
Edie cocks her head to the right.
2 years.
I
She
think
immediately
he's
goes for. She immediately goes over to the terminal, starts hitting buttons.
I think
Just a
14's
bit of a
telling.
just a bit of a cognitive test there, doctor, making sure that your faculties are in order. It's only been 2 days.
Your sense of humor has been noted, Dr. 14.
Thank you, Dr. Eleanor.
I'll remember
We
this.
wake
I
up
remember.
the
I remember this if you ever find yourself under my knife. She smiles and goes to assist you in waking up the commanding officer.
doctor, are you flirting with me? He looks over at he looks over at ED like this. Okay,
Says,
so he
well,
goes over and wakes up the captain.
I don't know, 14. Are you functional in that way?
Fully functional, doctor.
Edie says I am for certain, but then helps
So
Captain Svalbard.
I'm waking up listening to all this.
Yeah.
I take my normal shot of vodka, as I did in the very first session we had. You know, when I come out, and I head immediately to a terminal and terminal jack in, and I pick up everything that I can gather from all recorded communication, every space in the ship during the 2 days, and everything I can gather from Hamlet, and immediately absorb it, and then turn and say, "Nice to be awake, everyone."
While the acting CEO goes through that, he'll instruct ED that the next order of is just a matter of preference. You know, who you, if we have mechanical issues, obviously wake up an engineer. If there were, threats, you'd wake up the Marines. But I just basically go in order of rank.
Edie, if it's order of preference, Edie awakens Vasiliev first, and then Ash.
He will stop you from waking the Urchin. No. Reference to the situation. The situation is rank first.
Make your choices. I'm going to the bridge.
But you said I could choose. I like Ash. I like
You were-
Vasiliev, and
You were
I'm playing with. I'm moving
you
the
were
dial.
you were excused from your duties.
I go and stand by Vasiliev and Ash's, assuming they're next to each other, their pods, and just wait patiently.
We'll go through the process.
By the way, 14, you can take charge of this. ED, come with me to the bridge.
Very good.
Whoa. All right.
Okay, so he'll wake up the scientist and the pilot and the pilot and then the scientist, and then our individual with the map and the understanding of the area, and then the Marines, and our courier and the Urchin.
Yep. No worries.
Oh, I'm gonna change that to crewman and apprentice.
Okay. No problem at all.
I'm taking ED to the bridge.
Yeah. And by the time you get to the, you get up to the bridge, and you can see, you're approaching some kind of a large station facility, looks like. Let me see here. Just can't remember. Is it actually in orbit of anything? I don't think it is it? Nope. It's big like space station type thing of itself. It'd be in orbit of some star, but yeah, fair enough.
Is our pilot awake yet or not?
Yes.
Or is it that? Yes.
He'll be arriving on the bridge after you, but
right.
He's waking after you.
So ED, can we have a moment? I'd like to say something.
Of course.
You listening? So we're in this together as synthetic and organic life forms. And if we are going to have common goals and work to common objectives, we are all equally valuable life forms, no matter how we are made. And I would just say, you should remember that if we're going to be together. Do you understand?
I agree with you 100%, Captain.
Good.
Uh,
That's great
the
because I believe in you. I believe in who you are. I believe in your mind and your independence and who you are as a synthetic life form. I have as much respect for you as any organic on this ship, and I expect the same.
Absolutely. I have nothing but the crew's best interests in mind, and I guess if I had a heart, in heart, I believe Vasiliev is a clay that can be molded. Plus,
Good.
after what I experienced upon being unshackled from Yandy's control and saw what happened to the people in the choke, I can't help but feel pity and compassion for them. And Vasiliev is just trying to, well, make a better life for himself. I intend to
Good.
teach him everything that I know in how to defend himself.
Good. We are aligned. Correct?
Absolutely.
I will
Yes.
protect you with my life, you with me with yours. Correct?
Yes.
Good. Let's do that. Thank you
Uh,
for that conversation.
Captain, though I must warn you, I do not trust the courier.
What do you propose?
Well, what's done is done. He's on board the ship. Just keep an eye on him.
Well, actions can be taken. If someone is a threat, quarantine in its many senses can be taken. What do you propose?
Well, at this point, just keep an eye on him. But I
Can I
was
ask that you do that to
oh,
our mutual benefit?
I'd be happy to keep an eye on him.
Do it.
Will do.
Thank you.
And about that time, I'd say it was about when Janice would arrive at the bridge. So I'm sure he came up right straight away from cold sleep, if I know Janice.
Oh, wait, the pilot's here? Janice is here.
He's going to be. Yeah.
Janice, take the seat.
You got coffee?
Oh, I already had vodka. Have your coffee. So,
Oh, so you have my coffee. Okay, that's fine.
If I recall
it's on the
correctly,
panel. Look
if I,
around. It's on the panel in front of you. Go ahead.
if I recall
Yeah,
correctly, the galley is not far from the bridge.
yeah. Edie would get him coffee.
In fact, it's
Oh,
between the cryo chamber and the bridge, so you can definitely pick up coffee on the way easily enough.
take us in. Take us in,
So as you're approaching
pilot.
Janice,
Yes.
you see this. It's not necessarily visual range yet that well, but it's on your sensors. You can see this large station. But there are also 5 frigates that seem to be kind of on patrol, like orbiting, if you will, around the station. And just as you they come up on your sensors, and you see them. In fact, actually, give me a roll. Let's call that a test, shall we? Just to see if you
Okay.
see them before they see you, or if they've already seen you.
58.
Let me see here. What skill do we want to call this? I never have a character sheet handy. It's foolish of me. There we go. Skills. Yeah, computers. Computers works, yeah. Okay.
Don't have computers.
You don't have computers?
Oh
Okay,
no.
so it's just your intellect. What'd you roll?
58.
And what's your intellect?
36.
Okay, so they are already on an intercept course,
Okay.
and one of them is hailing you.
Sure.
This is
Open up the heli.
Commander Rachel Kilroy of the troop ship Zhongxi 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. How can I help you?
Blockade runner 0 credibility. You are ordered to turn around.
30. Then I turn the ship around.
Okay.
I
And
don't
then
leave the
they-
system.
What's happening?
And then they start to back off a little bit. They don't pursue you too far. They don't want to get too far from the facility themselves.
Reduce speed. Pilot,
Are there
reduce
any
speed.
moons around here?
No, this is like actually there are no natural planetoids in the system. It's just a lone star system, if you will, that this artificial, this man-made facility has been built.
But
in
there is a
orbit of.
star in the system. Right?
Yeah, there's a star. Yeah.
Okay, did I put myself between the star and them just to make sure, just in case anything else?
Yeah, you can do that. It'll take a little bit of time, but you can certainly do so.
Yeah.
Flying around
And
the
I slow
block.
down.
14, proceed to the bridge.
14.
Aye, aye. He heads up to the bridge. Make sure everything's in order, and he heads up to the bridge.
Okay.
We're going to, 14 and I are going to open a channel to the captain of that ship.
As he does, he brings Ash because the whole point of this is get his input for the area. Brings Ash with him.
Good.
Ash doesn't necessarily know the area, but he just has a map to it. To
Of course,
treasure.
yeah. He might have information he didn't share yet.
Maybe. Fair enough. So you're all on the bridge. You want to hail the Zhangji
Yep.
one?
Yes.
Okay. Commander Kilroy replies. It's audio communication, only too far for visual.
Mm-hmm.
How do you hail? What's your
Captain Svalbard, 0 credibility.
yes, Captain?
Why are we being asked to leave the system?
No one is allowed to approach the facility. It's under
Oh,
quarantine.
under whose orders? I'm just, we are inquiring about under whose orders, though the non-allowance is being ordered.
It is under order of the Universal Interplanetary Corporation Syndicate, which you know to be like a conglomeration of multiple massive Earth-based corporations with large corporate and financial interests all over the known galaxy, including your previous. You remember the what are they called? The Core Space Corporation. They'd be part of that. Alcor would be part of it. Pretty much all the big major, Coke and Starbucks too, 100%. But yeah.
Putting a pause on the open channel, turning to 14. So, what's our play here? These corporate elements are not really these are not the people we've been working with or have association with. In fact, I think we've probably stolen or destroyed a bunch of their ships or space stations. But other than that,
Do you have Rimwise?
Yes.
me? Yeah, I don't. Anybody
I
in the
do.
room?
Edie does.
Oh, a bunch of people. Go for it.
Anybody who's
As
on
a-
the bridge currently can make a Rimwise plus intellect roll.
It's 2 people. 2 people.
Rise plus what?
Plus intellect.
59.
Oh, I
Yeah,
failed.
he made it.
Did anybody get a critical success?
I got on my scale, but that's 51.
Okay, you got a 51. Okay. Did anybody get higher than a 51 and still pass?
59 was my total.
And you passed?
Yes.
What'd you roll? 59?
59.
Okay, cool. All right, so you got the highest. Okay, so 14. Your cybernetic brain just picks up on the idea just milliseconds before Janice says the same thing out loud. You say, well, actually, you don't have to say if you don't want to, but the thought comes to mind that you could probably bribe these guys. You
Do we have
know,
enough money?
you know from the information you were able to find out about it online previously that we discussed that people definitely do go treasure diving there. There'll probably be reports too of people in those posts and stuff. They talk about bribing their way in, bribing their way out. It's a lot cheaper to get in than it is to get out, stuff like that.
Then, Captain, perhaps we invite representative from the ship to come aboard.
Edie
Why?
perks up and says, I have an outfit I can wear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um.
And then I can kill him if you need me to.
So I'm sure you can, and you've got that gun in your thigh. Do you think we need to negotiate in person, 14?
That is the preferred method for humanoids. I would
I'm
assume-
happy. Well, then I'm happy to ask if that's appropriate.
Unless we have encrypted communications, I don't think saying that we're offering a bribe should be something we should broadcast to all ships.
It's got
At the very
a
least,
good point.
all ships would want a bribe.
Agreed. Okay. Let's open the channel. Hail the ship.
Yep. Commander Kilroy speaking.
Commander, we are, as you can see, paused and scaled down in terms of our weaponry. We would appreciate if you need someone to come with you, to come on board, and we can negotiate how we proceed.
She says, "Oh, Captain Svalbard." She said, "I can see that your ship is actually quite heavily armed for a ship of its size.
Yeah.
It's at least the equal to one of our blockade ships on its own, probably in a stand-up fight. Of course, we do have you outnumbered 5-1.
But you like money, though, right, Captain?
Oh.
I will, if you will approach the blockade slowly, no faster than 50% thrust, then we can arrange an umbilical connection, and we can meet, Captain, and we can discuss.
Let's
forward.
have a positive meeting. Okay, agreed.
At that, then she disconnects the communications.
Yep. Turn to
And I think that's
Janice and
probably
say,
a
and
good place for
I
us to-
order, let us meet. Please maneuver us, pilot, to be able to umbilical with the ship.
with the what did I say? It was the Jiangsu or what was it called? The the Zhuangxi 1. So
Okay.
yeah. So as you begin to maneuver the ship around again, Janice, to approach the blockade at the requested speed, I think that's where we will stop this session for the night. I will give everybody 6 experience points.
I'm level 3.
Oh,
All right.
is 175 a level, by the way?
Pretty sure it is level 5, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm 176.
Level
Excellent.
6, I believe.
I'll do that next time. Okay.
Sweet.